Pléars et Stevens, qui sont tous deux américains. Là, vous voyez la tribune que je n'ose appeler de l'Eurovision, puisque nous ne sommes que deux reporters. Le reporter Nefmark, le numéro 11. À la récupération, c'était Verov pour Ken Gardner, le numéro 9. Pour Plateau qui a remplacé Gall. Et Gardner, Ken Gardner qui rajoute 2 points. Il reste 1 minute avant la fin de la première mi-temps. 2 points de plus.
My name is Ken Gardner. At age 64, I had a miraculous, life-saving heart transplant. I was born in Ogden, Utah. I grew up till age 3 in Layton, Utah, and growing up in Davis County, Utah. They were a very athletic family, and my mom's side as well, but anyway, so we started playing out on the driveway and started playing with our older cousins. Was really a big help and a big secret for me to get beat up and pushed around and learn the ropes. I was recruited by quite a few places because we were state champions my senior year in high school, and I chose the University of Utah to play basketball. I was 2 years first team all conference, 1 year second team all conference, and we took second every single year. We didn't ever win the conference. Back then they only took 32 teams to the NCAA. At the end of my college career, I had been captain of the team. I was unanimous selection, first team all conference at Utah. It kind of helps your resume. So I was drafted by Denver Nuggets in the old ABA, the American Basketball Association, and by the Phoenix Suns in the NBA. But Phoenix only took 1 rookie that year, so I was out of luck. And then things happened where an agent took me to South America and to Europe, and then my European career started. So in my little team of Berck, a little town of 15,000 people, right on the English Channel. And so I signed with this little team in France, Berck. And Berck had been in the first division in France for only 2 years. They had finished 7th, and then they finished 4th. And so the other American we signed with Berck. We were champions of France. So my first 2 years, we were back-to-back champions of France in 1973 and 1974, and I was voted most valuable player in France those 2 years. And so after 2 years of being champion in France, in Berck, and my second year then we qualified for the European Cup. So after I finished playing in France, had a wonderful time and a fun career, I then came home in 1983 to Utah. 2012, my heart doctor said, "Gardner, you're done. Your heart is shot. You need a new heart." So I get on the heart transplant waiting list for 10 months, waiting for a heart. I was 64 years old, and at 6'5", 280 pounds, it was going to be difficult to find a match. So they need to get you cancer free. So all of these tests I had done, and I was clear and things looking good. And my heart doctor said, "We're going to move you to the top of the list." The doctor said, "When was your last colonoscopy?" I was 64 years old. I said, never. So sure enough, they do the colonoscopy. And at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, the next day, the doctor comes in and says, you have cancer. So, I'm sitting there with this weak heart, with the LVAD pump attached to my heart, keeping me alive while I'm on the heart transplant waiting list. I'm like, come on, man, what next? 3 months go by, no chemo, no radiation, they declare me cancer-free. So I get back on the heart transplant waiting list, and 4 months later, here comes my heart. How did I meet and find out who my donor was? It doesn't always happen. Some people never meet the donor of who saved their life with a kidney or liver or lungs or heart. 6 months after I got the heart, I get a phone call from Jill Longshore Hall, Nick Longshore's aunt. We know you have our nephew's heart. We know Nick Longshore is your donor. And we have a lot of family here. In fact, his widow, Caroline Longshore, is here. And there's a lot of family here. And Caroline and we would like to meet you. Would you like to meet our family? Nick Longshore died in an ATV accident, was on life support in Idaho Falls in the hospital for 6 days. They recover his organs, and he saved 6 people's lives with his organs, saved my life with this healthy heart. My daughter and I drive out to North Salt Lake, and we come into the house. There's 20 family members. Out of the crowd steps a 23-year-old beautiful girl, and we approach hesitantly, and it's Caroline Longshore, Nick's wife. 23-year-old wife, 23-year-old widow. And we approach, and she comes up, and we hug, and she puts her head on my chest, and she's listening to her husband's heart beating in my chest. Can't even describe the moment and how profound and touching that was. Since I met Caroline Longshore and I met little baby Hannah, we thought, what if we raise college scholarship funds for little baby Hannah so that she can have that as a scholarship fund 18 years from now when she goes to college? What can I do to give back? So that's where Hearts for Hearts Foundation came from. We think that our Hearts Foundation is a good cause, donating, raising college scholarship funds for surviving family members of organ donors. Be an organ donor. Let me tell you a story, kids. So spreading organ donor awareness, encouraging people to be organ donors, that's my life's work. Think of others. It's the most unselfish, charitable act one can do. You actually save someone's life. In the last 3 years since the heart transplant, I've been able to walk my 2 daughters down the aisle. I've been able to see 2 new granddaughters born to go along with my 11 others. I have 5 wonderful children and 13 grandkids. I never would have been able to do those things without this heart transplant. So I feel like it's my cause the rest of my life. I wouldn't be here without it. So therefore, my Hearts Foundation is front and center and a big goal and purpose in my life.